What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, we got the entire list for the 2020 10 of Lost Memories revealed. So we're going to go through it. There's a lot of stuff to go through, so keep in mind I'm probably going to be skimming here a lot of stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff that's already low rarity, doesn't really matter. There's a lot of fluff in a set like this. It's 249 cards. Let's just jump right into it, okay? So starting off here, we're scrolling. We see some regular stuff, some Salaman, great cards, danger stuff. Neospace Connector is nice because, like, if that's like a big rarity bump to, like, you know what I mean, like a higher rarity, like a secret rare, like that's pretty nice. Some guard dragon stuff, but not the relevant ones. Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, though, that is like our first like really relevant card. This card's been between 10 to 15 for like the ultra rare, and I think like 25 to 30 for the secret rare. So definitely not a full budget card, and this could potentially put it there. Medulce Petting Cessor, this is a really nice card as well because it's just like a rare. This card and Glass Souffle were printed rares, but they're like kind of awkward in the Medulce strategy because Medulce are kind of like we like high rarity, so this will definitely be nice to match that. Psychic Wielder is a card that was only printed secret rare. It's only like $3 to $4, but you know anything helps, you know. Aloof Lupine, this is a common card that has already seen meta play, so it's just nice to see it like a rarity bump potentially for him. Violet Chimera doesn't matter. Borlode Savage Dragon, though, that's a huge one. That's a big one with Phantasme. This card broke $100 at one point. It's now sitting, what, like around 50, 60, something like that. Either way, that's still way too expensive for an ultra rare. This needs a reprint. Hopefully it brings down the price a lot for this card. We have Cyber's Quantum Dragon as well right under it. That's like a $7 card, like low key, even though it doesn't see much meta play. It's randomly like a $7 ultra. So cool to see that get potentially a price drop for it. Then we move on here. We see like Sunlight Wolf, but it's got a ton of printings. LP and Pisty, they're not expensive. Kaina, Hita, some more Salaman, great Trickstar cards. Neos Fusion is interesting. If it gets like a new high rarity, it could potentially go up in price just because of just because it's Neos, right? Just has like such a good following. We have Guard Dragon Shield, not relevant. World Legacy Guard Dragon, that's a pretty big one as well. That's one that's like low key, like nobody really noticed, but it's, I believe, an ultra rare that's been sitting at like $15 around there for like a while. And it's like a 3 of in like Dragon decks. It's such a good extender. And so like this is just one of those cards where you're just like, come on, man, why is this $15? And really need a reprint. We finally got it. And also there's a card right underneath it. I don't know if you've heard of it, but Pot of Extravagance is a pretty good card. It just got a reprint in Toon Chaos, so I was actually surprised to see this here, but still, you know what I mean? Like, still, it's like $45 for the new printing. Hopefully this can bring it down like below 30 and actually make it even more budget for people who want to play stuff like Sub-Terrors or Altergeist and still have like the one expensive card in their deck be affordable, more affordable at least. And we keep moving here. We find Witch's Strike and Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine Mecha Thunder King. Oh my god, that name is ridiculous. They were both just printed secret rares. They were less desirable secret rares, but they still hold a couple bucks price points because of that. So just something to note there. Then we see like the Time Thief core. We see Winder, Bezel Ship, Regulator, Redoer, and Hack. Oh, and Flyback. I missed Flyback there. This is like a whole like archetype printed in common, but it's also a really cool archetype printed in common. So it'd be cool to see those get some rarity bumps. See some Valkyrie cards. Subterra Guru, that one would be a nice like rarity bump. We have common, we have super, but this is a fringe meta archetype. Like that'd be cool to get a Guru in like a secret-esque like printing. That'd be really cool to see. Trickstar Korobane right beneath him. She's sitting at like $10. Just like randomly. Give Korobane some reprint. Please, she should not be $10. No material. This is a hand trap that's been like $10 to $15. It comes in and out of formats in terms of like people considering it a decent card. We've seen it be pretty good versus the Numeron stuff, so that's pretty cool. Moving on, we've got some Dino Wrestler stuff. Let's see, Destiny Hero stuff, Nightmare Incarnation Idly. I mean, this card, we always thought this card had potential, but it never really did anything in the meta, but still, it's a secret rare that, you know, it's still going to hold a couple bucks until it gets reprinted otherwise. We have Guard Dragon Mardark. I think he's an Ultra or a Super, so Again, another card that never really saw too much meta play. Omni Dragon Brotar. Now, this card's seen meta play. Just a good dragon card. Like, we may see it come in and out of dragon combo decks forever, you know? So, and it's a secret rare. So, definitely would like to see this card get reprinted so it doesn't become, like, crazy expensive in the future. Moving on here, we're still moving. We're still moving. World Chalice Guard Dragon Almarduke. That's a really nice one to see here. Generic fusion, good with, like, super poly and stuff. Definitely cool to see. Definitely needs a rarity bump. Madolche Teacher Glass Souffle, pair that with the Petting Sasor and give the new Madolches some rarity bumps. Now we just got a rarity bump, the Link. Extra Hero Cross Crusader, another card. That's a hero card. Like, randomly got printed as a rare. Like, definitely needs a rarity bump for sure. Mechanite Crusadia Avermax. This card, at its lowest point, was like 12. Then it slowly crept up to 30. This card needs a reprint. And it's a good generic Link 4, but it needs a reprint for sure. Signet Mining is another one. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I don't think Signet Mining needs a reprint, but I am welcoming it because this is a Rota card. It was at 30 for a long-ass time. Then it went down to 10 after its reprint, 10 to 15. And, you know, we might be able to get it below 10 with this printing. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. Continuing to move along here, World Legacy Monstrosity. This is a card that sat between, you know, 10 and 15 bucks just cause it was like part of like weird crazy combos with like level 9s making calamities and stuff, but this card's nasty. We're gonna keep moving. Mystic Mine, whatever, it's already like not expensive at all. Crackdown's a cool card if it gets like higher rarity for sure. See some more Valkyrie stuff moving along. Mermilla Abyssalacia, I don't know how expensive she is because I think, was she printed Ultra? I think she's an ultra rare, so I don't know how expensive she is, but could be nice. I don't remember. Cherbini, Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss. This is really nice because we could always see BA come back into formats. What people have been talking about, like Tour Guide coming off the list fully, Seer and Graph being movable at this point, like off the list. And we also have the new Phantom Knights and Datascape archetypes coming out that I've seen this card potentially be splashable in. So that's pretty cool. Definitely a secret rare that's like generic and nice to see potential reprint for. Marine says Seahorse. That's a nice, like low key, like Marine says have like multiple cards that are like a couple bucks. So definitely nice to see Seahorse here. Let's see, the Tenyi Spirits, all of them at Harem Vishuda are already supers, so the other ones hopefully can catch up in rarity. That's pretty cool. Witchcrafter Golem Aruru, that's just a secret rare, never got a reprint for Witchcrafters. Gizmek Orochi, this is a card that's held like a decent price point for a while, but nice to see for like Gren Maju decks, one of the only expensive cards they play, getting like a reprint here. Definitely cool to see. We have Marine says Blue Slug, Coral Enemy, and Marbled Rock. All three more cards that are really nice to see reprints for. Coral Enemy specifically has been like 20 bucks for a while. Very good generic like water link monsters. So very, very cool to see that. We have Monk, Berserker, Monk, Shaman, and Berserker of the Tenyi here. Monk and Berserker, definitely you want to see some rarity bumps there. Keep going. Appaloosa, this is one of the cards we needed to see here. She's been 60 to 70 bucks. Before that, she reached 100, I believe. So definitely one of those Link 4s that needs a rarity bump. Hopefully this will bring her down to 20? Maybe be optimistic, but that's kind of what we saw with Boral Savage. Or Boral Sword Dragon, sorry. Moving on here, we see some more Tenyi cards that are rares that would be nice to see, like a nice little rarity bump for. Marine says Wave, one of the better cards in the archetype. Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi, generic counter trap, which is pretty cool. Get Out, that's a secret rare, but never really saw too much play, but still, it only has a secret rare, so it'd be nice to see a printing there. Barricade Board Blocker, this is a generic common that has come up in multiple meta decks. Definitely a card that would probably like to see a little rarity bump there, for sure. Moving on, still going. Dragonity Knight Romulus. This card's only like $2 to $3, but still, it's a good card. We see it in these Dragon decks, and with the Dragonity support, probably a rarity or a reprint is definitely welcome. More Marine says stuff. Mandarin Crowntail don't matter, but Marine says Blue Tang. That's like the best starter in the deck, so nice to see that get a reprint. It's only been a secret rare before. More Dino Wrestler stuff. We see the Unchained stuff getting reprints here. Disaster's pretty nice. I think he's a couple bucks. Hopefully we see Aroha and Rekia get some rarity bumps because they're both rares, unless you want Aroha's like Starlight rare, which is like hundreds of bucks. So yeah. See the Gladiator Beast stuff here. Starlead Safer, that's another one. This guy's been sitting around, what, $30 for a minute and a half? So definitely great like card to see for those dragon decks. Finally getting a rarity or a reprint to bring that down. Definitely welcome. We see Tenny Spirit Ashina. This is like one of the best cards in all of Tennis. So definitely a card I've wanted a reprint for. Nice to see. Infinite Track Brutal Dozer, Gizmek Yada, Hoppier Squadron, like interesting cards for reprints. Draco Berserker, a nice generic synchro. For sure. Gallant Granite, a card that I don't know if I was expecting to see this so early getting a reprint, but still nice to see. Generically searching any rock. Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix, that's a secret rare that's nice to see for Sally's. Get some, bring down the price of them if you want this as an option. More Marine Cess cards, Crystal Heart, Wonder Heart, Sea Angel, none of which are expensive. We see Unchained Soul of Rage, Anguish, and Abomination. I believe Rage and Abomination were like $5 to $6. Not crazy, but like if you're playing Rage at like $3, you know what I mean? That's almost $20, but now it could be $5. You know what I mean? So that's nice for them for sure. Making them a little more budget. Test Panther might be a couple bucks just because he's Gladiator Beast. I don't know. IP Masquerena, another one of the big ones. This is a Ultra that sat at 50-ish bucks for like so long. Such a good generic link that so many people wanted to make use of, but it's so expensive, so they didn't. And now hopefully it's not like short printed like crazy and it's easy-ish to get, at least to bring the price down to, hopefully 20-ish or below. That would be ideal at this point. Abominations Prison. This is another Unchained card. This is the search card that is like, I believe, like $15, but getting a reprint here because it's a secret rare, that definitely will be wonders for the deck, making it much more affordable. More Gladiator Beast stuff, Evil Eye, Marine Cess, Escape of the Unchained, and Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. These are two commons, but also like really nice cards in the deck, so I'd love to see rarity bumps for those. More Gladiator Beast, Crusher Run, Beastful Burial, Desert Locust, that's a common, that'd be a nice rarity bump for sure. We've seen that randomly be played with like Hulk stuff. Striker Dragon, that's a huge one. I mean, that's a card you're playing at 2 to maybe 3 of in Dragon decks, and he sat between 7 and like $20 for like a long time. So definitely a nice reprint to see. Dragon Master of the Tenny, don't really need it. You see the entire like Infinitrack core here being reprinted. I'm sure some of them are a little bit expensive. Oh, actually there are definitely some that are a little bit expensive. I can't remember which ones. I think like Anchor Drill, Harvester, like a little bit expensive. I can't remember which other ones are, but I think those are. So that's nice to see for sure. Witchcrafters already have reprints, so like I don't think they really have much expensive stuff in the archetype anymore. But maybe we'll see some rarity bump stuff, some cool, pretty stuff. Sergio, Watcher of the Evil Eye, that's another really cool reprint here. He's the only like Evil Eye card that's actually expensive, so anybody who is scared of this archetype because Sergio's been $12 to $20, this will become much more nice for those people to want to pick up. And then we see Magicalized Fusion. What is that? The hold on. Is that the card I think it is? That's like really good for I think Magicalized Fusion is the card for that's like works really well with like the Red Eyes Dragoon stuff that lets you like fuse from grave after you've already fused once. It's pretty cool. Anyway, and then we see the promos here: Successor Soul, Strength and Unity, Destined Rivals. We had those revealed 2 days ago, and then obviously Red Eyes Dragoon. This will still probably be the most sought after card in the set. But we hit the big ones. I think the biggest ones are all here, right? Like IP, Avermax, Appaloosa, Boral Savage, Phantasme. Like, were there any other like crazy expensive cards we really needed to see here? I don't know if I can think of one. I really don't know. I really cannot think of one like at all. Huh. I'm trying to look up this card, but my internet is so incredibly slow at the moment because of reasons. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if we're missing anything huge, but nothing's coming to me as far as like glaring stuff that like Konami had to have included, but they didn't. I think this is pretty good. I think this looks like a pretty good Megatins. It's a huge set, so maybe they're able to fit in more like really good reprints than before. There's definitely some stuff that's going to be nice to see rarity bumps for as well. And we also have stuff like Red Eyes Dragoon to like for the people who want like new meta stuff. I mean, it's only one card, but you also might want Magicalized Fusion as well. Yeah, okay, so this is exactly what I thought it was. This card says fusion a spellcaster monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials from field or grave. So the idea is you just play one of this with your one Red Eyes Fusion, and that way you can Red Eyes Fusion for a Dragoon, but then later in the duel, once those materials are already in grave, you can Magicalized Fusion to summon Dragoon from another one by banishing the materials from grave without having to play like extra Red Eyes Fusion and stuff. It's a cool card. It's definitely a cool idea. I saw it in the OCG in plenty of deck profiles. So this is another card that you might want to pick up one of with your Dragoon when you get him. So very cool, guys. A lot of good reprints here. Now I'm not the market watch genius like that. It's usually not my forte, but I do think this has some pretty good stuff. Hits a lot of the marks of the stuff that needed to be in here. And let me know. Let me know what we missed. Is there anything here that's like a big thing that we missed? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I don't want this video to get too long. 250 card set. We did it pretty well in 15 minutes. But thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet and you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff from me in the future. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.